Urban Therapy with Sun752, and this is your daily go-getterism number 900. 900. That's 900 shows. Can't even front on that. Consistency, baby, every day since October 1st, 2014. All right, let's rock. Anyway, tonight we're talking about when that tax money is running out and the bills are piling up. You know what I mean? Tax money running out, brand new bills. I mean, it's been a nice run for the people who got their tax returns already. Some people with their earned income credit got a nice little chunk every year around this time. People are counting stacks and stacks of dough. Talking about upwards of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,000. Sometimes some people have gotten up to $9,000, $10,000. That's a hell of a come up, especially when you consider that many of the people who are making all of this money or receiving all this money, I should say, don't even make that much money annually. But hey, I mean, hey, it is what it is. They get the earned income credit. They have enough dependents to claim on their taxes, and they take home a nice chunk. This is like the first Christmas of the year. I would say it was the second Christmas, but when you really look at it, this is the beginning of the year, and Christmas isn't all the way until the end of the year. So many of us look at it like Christmas as the beginning of the year, but it's actually the end of last year. So this is the first coming of Christmas, and then we have Christmas coming up in December, Black Friday and all that kind of stuff. We get rid of money. We do. We mess up a lot of money. And it's messed up that we do mess up a lot of money, because if we were really smart, we would take the money that we get from these tax returns and find a way to make our money work for us. But that's not what we do. We run out and we spend that dough. I mean, we've already accumulated a lot of bills stemming from Christmas of 2016 or whatever previous year that we're talking about. So if we've run up credit cards or left outstanding bills from when we were trying to buy presents and whatever, now we have to pay the piper, so to speak. Some people don't pay their bills even when they get the money. Particularly rent. I used to be a landlord, and I know that around Christmas time, around the holidays, stemming all the way from Thanksgiving, sometimes we would get partial payments or no payments at all, because people knew that they were going to get their tax return money around February, March, or whatever, so they would let that rent build up and be in a hole and be actually facing eviction, but they were able to recover from the eviction. Some people went ahead and paid their landlord and got straight as far as their rent was concerned, and some people chose to move before the eviction took place, and they took the money that they got from their tax return and had the 1 month's rent and 2 months security, or 1 month rent and 1 month security, and went and found another place. So they don't, like, some people don't worry about the judgment that's on their back until something happens, like they have to get a loan, they need a loan, or they want to buy a house or something like that, where they have to pay off those outstanding bills that they left from before. But in the interim, you know, it's party time, baby. It's party time. People buying new living room sets. They buying new cars from the auction. You know, we talked about this stuff before, but we talked about it in a different way. We talked about it before the money comes through. Now that we're getting near April. Here it is, March 21st today. So as we get closer and closer to April, you know, it starts to heat up a little bit. It starts to get very, very real right now, because we're at the point in time now where a lot of that money is falling off. People have birthdays in January and February and even in March now, you know. And when you have that money, when you have $5,000, $6,000 at your disposal, you peeling, man. You know, it's nice when you have a nice little chunk of money that you're working with, to the point where when you still have your job, you get your paychecks coming in, but your paycheck is sort of insignificant, being as though you have money to shop with now. So it's nothing like the feeling of having more money come in while you already spending money that you already had. It's like you almost get the feeling like you're running your own business, and you have an income that's providing for you besides the job that you work at. And you could have that if you took this money took the money that you get from the income tax and pooled it with some other people and got right. But you know, it ain't that kind of party, is it? Nah, we won't be doing that. We'll be doing that. But now it's time to pay the piper. It's time to take care of your business. It's time to handle your BI. So what the Guan? What the Guan do? Many of us are just going to go ahead and ride the rest of this money out because we may be down to our last, maybe down to our last $1,000. You start feeling the heat when you're down to your last $1,000 because more than likely the job that you have pays you about a stack. You know, if you have an average job or something like that after taxes, you know, you're taking home about a G, 1,200, something like that. You know what I mean? So you starting to feel the heat a little bit, yeah. Things are starting to get extremely real for you. Well, if we get smart about it, we can start making plans for next year and really learn how to work our money. But a lot of us aren't going to listen to that. We're just going to continue the cycle of what we've been doing and do it over and over and over. You know what I mean? Something about the feeling of having that money come in, and that when that money goes in direct deposit and you get that bank statement, it's like, yeah, baby. You know, giving Walmart, Target, and Red Lobster all of our, you know, consistent amount of money. You can always tell that it's tax time, you know, by the amount of people that you see in the Red Lobster. And it sounds like I'm bullshitting, but this is 100% actual fact. You know, our people will go to Red Lobster and live it up. You know, Red Lobster used to be really cheap. It's not as cheap as it used to be. All right. Now those plates, those entrees are comparable to higher end restaurants like Ruth Chris or whatever. You know, I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if the food was good, but it's really kind of garbage. And honestly, we shouldn't be eating that seafood anyway. But that's another story for another day. And tackle that at another time. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, when it comes to the tax money, if you've accumulated a lot of bills, you're going to have to go back to what you were doing before, which is budgeting the correct way. When the baller season runs out, it's time to go back to tightening up your belt a little bit, budgeting better, balancing your checkbook, making sure that you are spending less and bringing in more. You know, making sure that you keep the cycle of finances in order. Some of us do that naturally, and some of us only do it when times are really, really hard. But if you can get into the practice of making sure that you keep your money right, you know, making sure that your eyes aren't bigger than your wallet, or your eyes aren't bigger than your bank account, then you'll be okay. But you can never manage your money correctly if you can't control your wants. If you want everything that you see, if you want everything you see somebody else with, if you want to be able to afford everything that somebody else affords just because they can afford it, then you will make yourself afford it, and then you'll wind up realizing that you can't afford it, and you'll have bills up the wazoo. You know, and a big stack of credit cards looking all crazy, wondering how you're going to get out of it, trying to consolidate your finances or consolidate your bills with one low monthly payment. And you're really just, you know, going in that cycle, practicing that cycle of poverty. We don't like to look at it as poverty, but that's what people who live in poverty do. They accumulate bills and bills and bills and bills without having sufficient income in order to take care of them. That's what we do. All right, listen, I have an announcement to make to y'all, and I hope that y'all paying attention here. All right, tomorrow, March 22nd, Wednesday, at 6 p.m., 6 p.m. is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Now, y'all know we've been doing the Urban Therapy with Sun show at 8:30 p.m. since forever, you know, since its inception. But now, we are switching. We are switching to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please take note of that, and please listen to the show. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about change versus familiarity. Change versus familiar. You know, there are times when we make changes in our lives, and sometimes we make changes because the old way that we were doing things wasn't working. Sometimes there are new advances and updates to the things that we want to do or the things that we are doing, and we have to change with the times. We have to adapt. We have to get with the program. And sometimes we want to change just for change, because sometimes you need a shake up in order to make sure that you break the monotony and keep people interested. But change also causes a lot of stress in people's lives. And when we get used to things, because we are mostly creatures of habit, when we get used to things, we don't have to look for them. It keeps our nervous system in line and makes us not have to think about things, and it keeps our stress level down. However, when you keep things the same way that they are, it limits your growth. It means that you're not growing. And you want to make sure that you're growing at all times. You always want to make sure that you're growing. So, that's what we want to talk about tomorrow. Change versus familiar. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Urban Therapy with Sun show. And don't forget about the Daily Go Getism show every single day, 6 a.m. every single day, Eastern Standard Time. So, all across the board, all of our shows are on the 6s. 6 a.m. every single day with the Daily Go Getism show, and 6 p.m. for the Urban Therapy with Sun show and the Legacy of a Nation show on Saturdays at 6 p.m. So, that's all you have to remember. 6 o'clock, you know what you need to be doing. Dialing in to speak or just to listen to the entire show, 319-527-6199 or log blogtalkradio.com/Sun752. Peace. All right, y'all. 6 p.m. tomorrow night.